So this is part 5 of our discussion on estate taxation. This covers tax credits and illustrative cases in computing estate tax. So tax credit for estate tax paid to a foreign country. So who can claim tax credits for tax payments made to a foreign country? Natural, only citizens. So citizens include RC, NRC, and resident aliens. Bakit sila lang ang pwedeng mag-claim ng foreign tax credit? Kasi sila lang ang merong properties situated within and without. So kung meron silang properties without, those properties are subjected to estate tax in those foreign countries. So kung merong estate tax na binayaran doon, okay, pwede siyang mag-claim ng tax credit dito, but with limitation. So this is the limitation that we will have to discuss. So the deductible tax credit shall be whichever is lower of the amounts as computed by the following statutory formula. So we will call the formula as limit A or limit B. Okay? So what is the point of this? Hindi porke yung binayaran niya sa ibang bansa ay nagbayad siya ng tax, hindi automatic na yung kung magkano yung binayaran abroad ay deductible dito. Bakit? Kasi baka mamaya yung estate tax sa abroad ay mas mataas. Lugi tayo. What do I mean by that? What if the estate tax, let's say in foreign country, is 10%? Okay? Sa atin, 6% lang. So kung gagawin nating tax credit, yung 10% na binayad sa abroad, malulugi tayo, magne-negative tayo dito. 10% na, 6% na tax natin, tax due, less 10% tax paid, lugi tayo. Baka tayo pa yung magbayad, overpayment. Okay, so bawal po siya. Okay, kaya merong limitation. That is the explanation why do we have to limit and compute the deductible tax credit available to citizens and resident aliens who paid foreign taxes abroad. Okay, now, brothers and sisters, this is one thing na kailangan yung kabisaduhin na formula. Okay, wala tayong magagawa dito other than me explaining to you how do you compute the deductible tax credit. Okay, kasi automatic ito kung sakasakali. This is purely mechanical. There's nothing to explain, but of course, other than to tell you how the deductible tax credit is being computed. Okay, so limit A. Only one foreign country. Madali ang buhay. Halimbawa, merong isang Pilipino na nasa Amerika. Tapos may property din siya sa Pilipinas. Okay? So, applicable sa kanya itong tax credit. So, compute the limit. Step 1. Step 2. Get the actual tax paid in foreign country. Step 3. Get the lower amount. So let's compute the limit. How do we compute the limit? This is the formula. Okay, net estate foreign country. Easy. Pag sinabi natin net estate, gross estate less deductions. That is the net estate. And then net estate world. Okay, net estate foreign country over net estate world. So this one, foreign country, halimbawa US. US plus Philippines. Yan. Okay, plus Philippines. So times Philippine estate tax due. So kung compute natin ang Philippine estate tax due, how do we compute the Philippine estate tax due? Gross estate less deductions. So ordinary share of surviving spouse less special deductions. Net estate times 6%. Yun na yun. Okay? Then we get the limit. Magkano yung limit? Ito yan. Versus actual tax paid in foreign country. Magkano ba yung binayaran talaga doon sa ibang bansa? Kunin natin ang mas mababa. Yung mas mababa, siya yung allowable tax credit. Yun. Alin ang mababa sa dalawa? Kaya pa ba? Kaya pa ba? Kaya. Let's go to limit B. There are more than one country. Compute the limit A per foreign country. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ito. Gawin mo lahat yan. So kung tatlong bansa yan, gawin mo yan lahat. Net estate foreign country, one country, over net estate world times Philippine estate tax limit. Second country, gawin mo. Third country, gawin mo. Then compute limit B. Ano ba yung limit B? Ito po. Ito yung limit B. Hanggang dito kasama sa baba. Okay? Compute the limit B. Net estate, all foreign countries. Foreign lang, hindi kasama ang Pilipinas. Over net estate world, kasama na yung Pilipinas. Times Philippine estate tax due. Ayun, makukuha natin yung limit. Tapos, titignan natin versus actual tax paid, all foreign countries. Magkano ba yung total na binayaran? Okay? Pagkatapos, lower amount. Ito, limit B. Yan pa lang yung limit B. Okay? Ito pa lang yung limit B, pinag-uusapan natin. Kaya nga, not yet the total allowable credit. Bakit? Kasi titignan pa natin kung alin ang mas, ito yan, oh. Okay? Titignan pa natin ano yung mas mataas. Ang mas mababa na binayaran. Okay? Yung total per one country, limit A, and the limit B. Okay, so di ba inisa-isa natin to, tatlong foreign country. So yung total na lower dyan, i-compare natin sa limit B. So kung alin na mas mababa, yun pa rin ang magiging allowable natin. So total limit B, under dito sa buo na to. Tapos yung total, yung sinasabi rito na limit A, ito, gagawin natin lahat, paisa-isa, bawat bansa. Tapos ito total natin yung allowable lower. Tapos i-compare natin yung lower dito sa limit B. So kung alin ang mas mababa, yun ang ating magiging allowable deduction. So para mas maintindihan natin, punta tayo sa exercises. So illustration of tax credit, one foreign country. Napakadali. Nicanor, a Filipino citizen residing in Enreyes Street, Sampaloc, Manila, died in 2019. His administrator provided the following information for your review. Net taxable estate, Philippines. So gross, pag ito, binigay na ng problem, net taxable estate, huwag na tayo, pinagaan ng buhay natin. So kung ang binigay niya, gross estate less deductions, ibawas mo. Gross estate less deductions, Singapore, ibawas mo. Okay? So net taxable estate, Philippines 10 million. Net taxable estate, Singapore 5 million. Estate tax paid, Singapore 1 million. So effectively, 20% ang tax rate sa Singapore. As a CPA, he asks you to compute the following. Magkano yung allowable tax credit ko? Magkano yung estate tax payable ng estates ni Nicanor? So puntahan natin yung formula. Anong sabi natin? Okay. Anong sabi natin? We compute the limit. Paano yung limit? Ito po. Net estate foreign country over net estate world times Philippine estate tax due. Net estate foreign country, Singapore. Net estate world, Philippines and Singapore, 15. Yun. Times Philippine tax due. Paano natin kukumpute yung Philippine tax due? Net taxable estate, 15 million times 6%. So, 900,000. So, ang limit, 300,000 lang. Okay, magkano yung actual na binayaran? 1 million. So, allowed, lower, 3 million. Estate tax due natin sa Pilipinas. Remember, ang kinukompute natin dito, yung estate tax na Nicanor. Net estate niya, sinabi na ng problem, 15 million. Times rate natin, 6%, 900,000. Okay, na-compute na natin kanina yan. 900,000. Magkano yung allowable tax credit? Ito, 300,000. Ibawas natin. So, ang estate tax payable, 600,000. Easy? Easy. Kailangan lang natin mag-practice. Kasi kung di mo pa practicein to, you will really forget. Okay. Illustration of tax credit if there are 2 or more foreign countries. A bit challenging, but of course, you have to know this. Kasi pag ito yung natanong at hindi mo alam how to do this, then hula na lang. This is one of the things that really you have to be patient. Okay? So, let's go to the problem. Nicanor, a Filipino citizen residing in Enraya Street, Sampaloc, Manila, died in 2019. His administrator provided the following information for your review. Net taxable estate, Philippines, 10 million. Net taxable estate, Singapore, 5 million. Estate tax paid in Singapore, 1 million. So, essentially, part yun ng discussion natin kanina. Net taxable estate in South Korea, 5 million. Estate tax paid in South Korea, 100,000. Mas mababa yung tax rate sa Singapore, South Korea. All of these are assumptions only, brothers and sisters. So, as a CPA, he asks you to compute the following: allowable tax credit and estate tax payable. So, puntahan natin ang solution. Ang sabi natin, ang ating formula, ito yung formula natin. Compute the limit A per country, and then yung limit A per country, ito yung ginagawa natin. Okay, compute the limit B, net estate all foreign country, net estate world times Philippine estate tax due, that is the limit, versus actual tax paid all foreign country, actual, and then alin ang lower sa dalawa? Ito yung limit B. So yung limit B at saka yung limit A, i-compare natin. Diba? Okay, tingnan natin. Apply natin. So, net estate per country muna tayo. Limit A tayo. Limit A. Okay? Or limit 1. O, punta tayo dito. Per country, Singapore. 5 million. Ayun, 5 million over total world. Magkano yung total world? Philippines 10, Singapore 5, 15, South Korea 5, 20 million. 5 over 20. Okay, South Korea 5 over 20 din. Okay, foreign country lang to. It does not include the Philippines. And then times Philippine tax due. Paano yun natin kino-compute yung Philippine tax due? So, net estate times 6%. So, 20 million, ito na po yun, 20 million times 6%, right? So, 1.2 million. So, 1.2 million, kunin natin yung ratio. 5 over 20 times 1.2, 300,000 na limit. Magkano yung binayaran? 1 million. Ayun. 1 million ang binayaran. So, magkano yung allowed? Lower. 300,000 only. Sa South Korea, okay, 5 million over 20 million total world times Philippine income tax, estate tax, 1.2. Limit, 300,000. Magkano yung binayaran? 100,000. Lower, 100,000. So, total, 400,000. So, this is the limit. Limit 1 or limit A. Okay? Now, kunin natin ngayon yung limit B. Ito yung limit B. Ano nga yung limit B? Ayan, compute the limit B. Net estate foreign, net estate world. So, net estate foreign, Singapore plus Korea, 10 million. Total world, Philippines, Singapore, Korea, 20 million. Magkano yung Philippine income tax? Estate tax, 1.2 million. The limit, 600,000. Magkano yung total na binayaran? Estate tax, foreign country, 1.1 million. Right? So, 1.1 million total. So, alin ang lower? 600,000. Between the two, lower. Okay? So, ito yung limit to natin, 600,000. Iko-compare natin yan dito sa limit A na to, or limit 1. So, dalawa ang paggagamitin natin. This one and this one. Alin ang mas mababa sa dalawa? 400,000. Therefore, the allowable estate tax credit is 400,000. If the Philippine estate tax due is 1.2 and the allowable estate tax paid in the foreign country is 400,000 only, then the estate tax payable in the Philippines is 800,000. Okay? Madali lang po ito. You just have to practice. Okay? I laid out a solution or a formula by which you can use easily. Okay, so you really have to practice. Next, computation or estate tax. Dissident is single. So Nicanor is single. So real personal properties 14 million. Then we have family home 9 million. We have deductions, funeral expenses, other valid deductions 2 million, medical expenses 500,000. Compute the net taxable estate and estate tax due. So easy. Real and personal properties, wag mo nang questionin yan, 14 million. Family home, okay, kahit single siya, sabi natin kanina, pag single, assumption natin, may allowed siya sa family home. So, add natin 9 million. So, total gross estate, 23 million. Ordinary deductions. Ang funeral expense, under train law, no longer deductible. Kaya zero siya. Okay? Other valid deductions, sinabi na ng problem, other valid deduction, huwag ka na mag-question. Valid deduction na nga 2 million. Special deduction, family home, 9 million. Bakit 9 million? Kasi, di ba, nag-exercise tayo kanina, nag-practice tayo. Okay? If the family home is 9 million, then the allowable family home deduction is 9 million because the taxpayer is single. And then, what did I tell you pertaining to standard deduction? It is automatic so long as the taxpayer, the one who died, is a resident citizen dissident, non-resident citizen dissident, or a resident alien dissident, then it is automatic. Karga mo kagad yan. Huwag ka na mag-isip. Matic yan dapat. Pag may namatay, oops! Lagay mo kagad. Standard deduction, 5 million. Medical expenses, no longer deductible under train law. Dati, pwede. So, zero dyan. Total deductions, 16 million. So, net taxable estate, di ba? Gross estate less deductions. Net taxable estate, 7 million. You multiply it by 6%, 420,000. Easy. Kailangan lang natin ng practice. Next. Dissident is married. Okay? Facts. Let's go to the facts. Sinimplihan na natin to para makikita nyo yung mga facts. Nicanor is married with surviving spouse. Conjugal property, sinabi na. Real personal properties, 14 million. Family home, 30 million. Exceeding. Exclusive properties, 5 million. Then we have conjugal deductions. Funeral expense, 200,000. Other valid deductions, 2 million. Medical expenses, 500,000. Compute the net taxable estate and the estate tax due. Okay? So, hiwalay natin ang exclusive, hiwalay natin yung conjugal, kunin natin yung total. Kasi this one is for purposes of computing the estate tax. This one is for purposes of computing the share of the surviving spouse. Okay? Yung formula natin dati, yung share of surviving spouse, nilagay natin siya below the deductions dito. Pero okay lang yan kahit nandyan yan. Okay, you will get the same answer. Remember the formula? Gross estate, less deductions, tapos less share of surviving spouse, less special deductions. Okay lang yun. Same lang din naman yan. Okay? So, I'm showing to you an alternative formula in computing net taxable estate and estate tax due. Okay? So, let's try to solve the problem. Ang sabi dyan, conjugal properties, real and personal property, 14 million. Ilagay mo conjugal, 14 million. So, total, 14 million. Ayun, conjugal and personal. Ang sabi dyan, family home, conjugal. Okay, conjugal family home, lagay mo sa conjugal. Okay, total, 30 million. Meron pa siyang exclusive properties. Exclusive, 5 million. 5 million. So, total exclusive, 5 million. Total conjugal, 44. Total, 49. Easy. So, pag tinanong tayo, how much is the gross estate? Ayan, 49 million. Okay? So, less ordinary deductions. Ibawas natin ang funeral expense under train law. Okay, ang presumption natin ha, if the problem did not states the period of the death of the decedent, then it is assumed that the applicable law is the train law. Okay? So, funeral expense, wala. Not deductible sa atin, kaya 0. Other conjugal deductions, 2 million. Huwag na natin questionin. Ayun, 2 million. Okay? Yung standard deduction, family home at saka medical expenses, mga special deductions po ito mga to. Okay? Special deductions ang mga yan. Pero yung medical expense, wala na ngayon. 0 na. So, dalawa na ang special deduction natin. Family home and standard deduction. So, total conjugal deduction, 2 million. And of course, special deductions, total 17 million. Including 10 million family home, which is the maximum threshold, di ba? 30 million yan. So, conjugal divided by 2, 15, threshold, 10 million. So, standard deduction, 5 million, total 17. So, 17 million minus 49, 32 million. And then we deduct from the 32 million the share of the surviving spouse. 50% off ng yung nandito. Okay, 44 million na gross estate less conjugal deductions, 44 minus 2 divided by 2, 21 million. So total net taxable estate, 11 million times 6%, 660,000. That is the tax due. Okay? Easy lang po ito. Kailangan mo lang talaga rito, you know the formula. And then you start basically inputting the figures. So dito na natin, yung natutunan natin, na pag-usapan natin relating to property relationship, dyan mo ilalagay kung exclusive yung property or conjugal property. Okay, titignan natin kung kailan ba ikinasal sila. So kung ikinasal yan prior to August 3, 1988, conjugal partnership of gains kung walang agreement. So kung kinasal yan ng August 3, 1988 onwards, there's no marriage settlement, there's no prenuptial agreement, then the absolute community property shall govern the property relationship. So, ilalagay mo dyan yung exclusive property niya. Ilalagay mo dito yung mga community property. Okay? So basically, this is how we compute the estate tax of it if the decedent is married. So let's go to an illustration that is not provided in any other rules, and of course not provided in any textbook. So ito, tignan po natin how is this being applied. Okay, illustration on bank deposits. Mga kapatid, in bank deposits, okay, ang rule dati, before you can withdraw the money relative to the bank deposits of decedents, you have to go to the BIR and ask for an e-car. Okay? Pagpa-file ka ng extrajudicial settlement of estate, magbabayad ka ng estate tax, magpa-file ka ng estate tax return, and then the BIR will issue an electronic certificate authorizing registration or e-car. Pagkatapos, yung e-car na yan, ibibigay mo sa bangko, the bank will then withdraw the money and give the money to the heirs. Okay? Under the train law, pag bank deposit, pwede na pong hindi dumiretso sa BIR, pwede nang hindi kumuha ng e-car. Anong gagawin? Diretso lang sa bank, tapos si bank, kakaltasan lang niya ng 6% ang bank deposit, pwede na pong ibigay ng bangko yung pera sa mga naiwan, sa mga heirs. So, that is why I'm giving you this kind of illustration. So you would know, just in case, what is the best course of action in terms of processing the estate tax of a decedent. Okay? Tignan natin. Facts. Nicanor Singhel, who died in 2020, has left the following bank deposits. Bank of the Philippines with account number CA12345. Current account yan, 5 million. Bank of Makabibi with account number SA, savings account 54321. Amount 5 million pesos. Compute the estate tax if the executor or administrator or heirs will opt for 6% final tax. Without e-car yan, sabi ko na po. Or they will opt for regular or ordinary process of obtaining e-car estate is subject to 6% estate tax. Pag sinabing regular or ordinary process, ito yung gross estate, less deductions. Okay? Yung ordinary deductions, special deductions, or share of surviving spouse kung meron siyang surviving spouse. That is number 2. Kasi you need an e-car for that. Number 3, question. Savings if the executor, administrator, or heirs will opt for ordinary process. Magkano raw ang savings kung mag-ordinary process? Okay? Let's solve the problem. So, this is the Bank of the Philippines and the Bank of Makabibi. Sabi natin, pag nag-opt ng 6%, okay? Anong sabi natin? Kung magkano yung deposit, kakaltasan ng 6%, final tax on deposit, 300,000. So, magkano yung cash na ibibigay ng Bank of the Philippines sa pamilya ni Nicanor? 4.7 million. Bank of Makabibi, 5 million, 6%. Kakaltasan niya ng 300,000. Magkano yung bibigay na sa pamilya? 4,700,000. Ito na yung cash. Cash. So, total final tax here, 300 and 300. Total, 600,000. So, how much is the total cash received by the family? 9.4 million pesos. Tanong. Okay. Note, no longer needed to report to the BAR as part of the gross estate because the bank will just withhold final tax on deposit, which means there is no more requirement on the part of the estate to file an estate tax return because the 6% final tax is constituted as a full and final settlement of the tax liability. Kung ako naging teacher nyo dati sa income tax, ito yung sinasabi ko regarding the nature and characteristic of the final tax. Wala nang utang dun sa income na yon sapagkat ang tax ay final na. Okay? Now, what if the heirs or the executor administrator will opt for the ordinary process? Yung magbabayad siya ng 6% na estate tax. Simple lang. Ang sabi natin gross estate. Bank of the Philippines, Bank of Makabibi, 5 million. Total gross estate, 10 million. Less standard deduction. Sabi natin, pag automatic na namatay, lagyan mo ng 5 million. Okay, so net estate, 5 million times 6%, 300,000 estate tax due. Okay? Notes, the BIR will issue 2 e-cars. Bibigyan ng e-car kay Bank of the Philippines at saka si Bank of Makabibi. Dadalhin yan yung e-car na yan ng executor, administrator, or the heirs. The bank now will release the 5 million pesos. Buo. Okay, kasi ito in advance naman to ng pamilya eh. Okay? So dito si Bank of Makabibi, ganun din. Okay? The e-car will be presented to the bank which will then release the deposits to the executor, administrator, or the heirs. Now, what is the question? Yung number 3, how much is the savings if the taxpayer will opt for regular? Di ba? Ito yun, no? Savings of the executor administrator will opt for ordinary process with the BIR. Savings. Kung ito yung gagawin niya, 300 lang ang babayaran. Kung ito, final tax siya, 600. So, savings is 300,000 pesos. So, kung alam natin yung role na ganito, we can advise our client. Okay, ano bang mas maganda? Dito po, mas matrabaho lang siya. Pero, posibleng mas mababa sapagkat meron tayong standard deduction na 5 million eh. Right? Dito, wala tayong standard deduction. Kung magkano yung amount, times 6% lang. Okay, for purposes of convenience, ano na mabilis? Itong final tax. For purposes of trying to save money, estate tax tayo. Okay? So basically, this is the rule. So, pag meron tayong kamag-anak or pamilya or kaibigan at merong mga ganyan, okay, so we can advise them kung halimbawa 100,000 lang ang pera sa bangko. Kung 6% ang final tax, 6,000 lang ang babayaran. Kung estate mo yan, exempted na yan kasi meron tayong standard deduction na 5 million eh. So exempted dito, 0. Dito, 6,000. Kung 100,000 lang. Okay? Pero ang tanong, kung 6,000 lang yan, when you go to the BAR, tapos ang katutak ang kanilang mga requirements, Baka hindi lang 6,000 ang bayaran mo kung dito ka. Hindi lang 6,000. So anong i-advise natin na pwede nating i-advise nung sa client natin? Sabihin natin sa kanila, mag-final tax na lang tayo. Okay? Kasi yung cost of transpo, your professional fee, your out-of-pocket expenses, yung payments for registrations and documentations necessary for you to be able to get the e-car, medyo mabigat. So, kung cash lang din ang pinag-uusapan, final tax, kung mababa lang yung diferensya. Pero kung by the millions yan, tulad nito, 10 million ang cash deposit ni Nicanor. So, biruin mo ang savings, 300,000. Okay, so yan ang ating illustration on bank deposits. So, thank you.